Hello everyone, we are live from Economic Times Tech Edu India Summit, and I'm really privileged to Vidya ma'am from Symbiosis is joining us. Hello ma'am, how are
Hello.
you?
Good.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So I'll begin with how was your experience at the summit today? If you can tell us about your one key takeaway.
I think I attend this summit every year. You invite me as a panelist, and I enjoy coming here because at this summit I meet a lot of academias, specifically from Maharashtra. So generally, I do a lot of talks in New Delhi at a national level. So this brings me to my state. So thank you very much. In fact, ET for doing this.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are really glad that you joined us today. And moving on to the next question, we have seen that UK universities have recently forayed into Indian education system. And what are your thoughts on that? How do you perceive that trend, and what are the opportunities and challenges you see in that trend?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of debate on this about foreign universities coming to India. In fact, there are two Australian universities that have already set up in Gift City, the Deakin University and Wollongong University. And only one UK university has set up its campus, Southampton University from UK, in Gurgaon. Honestly, it really doesn't matter because, as I said, even at the panel, that Indian universities are doing phenomenally well. Most Indian universities, I would say, and we should maintain our DNA. See, finally, students know which university to join. These foreign universities have come here because there were a lot of Indian students who went to them, and probably the cost in UK or in Australia must have been much higher than what students would have to pay here. So it's a totally different cohort that these universities are catering to. So it really doesn't affect us. Secondly, what is important to a student is jobs and placements. Why does a student join any university? In search of employment, right? Because parents invest a lot of money in education in India, and therefore I think those universities will also have to look at this kind of requirement of the Indian soil, Indian parents, Indian students. And I think that's a big challenge because it's not easy to get in good industry connects, ensure placements, because those universities are not used to. So I think it's a challenge for them too, but they are also learning. Many of them are my friends, I'm glad that they've come to India to venture into a new land. But I don't think Indian universities need to feel threatened at all, as long as you're doing your job well.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree to that. My next question to you will be: what are the future three skill sets that you would recommend the students to have so that they would have a great career when they, foray into the industry? And what will be these three skills?
I personally feel that skills such as team building, critical thinking, and you're building your own character and personality. See, today the employers are not really looking at very specific skills at higher roles, right? They look at whether you will fit into the job, and whether not just that job, but if the job changes, because companies are also evolving. The whole corporate world is evolving. Today, maybe a company is developing one product. Tomorrow, they might develop 10 such products or 10 other products totally. So they require people who are flexible, who are amenable, who can work in teams, and who can think out of the box. I think these are skills that students need to learn. And today's new education policy, with a multidisciplinary education, a very flexible education, will bring in these skills, for students.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.